Next, we will move on to steps 4 to 6 of hypothesis testing to continue solving for our z-test example. Step 4 is solve for the z-score. Step 5 is state your decision, and step 6 is interpret the results. Okay, let's get started with step 4, solve for the z-score. This is a formula that we will use to solve for the z-score. We would need the sample mean subtracted by the population mean and divided by the standard error of the mean. We would need to do an extra step to solve for the standard error of the mean and take the standard deviation and divide that by the square root of the sample size. From the previous video, we were able to see the pieces of information that were given to us in the example. We know the sample mean is equal to 550, the population mean is equal to 500. We are also able to solve for the standard error of the mean because we know the standard deviation is equal to 100 and the sample size is equal to 100. When we plug everything into the formula, we get the final answer of 5. 5 would be the z-score of this problem. We needed to solve for this value to be able to figure out if the experiment had a rare or common outcome. This will allow us to go on to step 5 of hypothesis testing. In this step, we will need to look back at our decision rule specified in step 3. Our decision rule was to reject the null if z was greater than 1.96 or less than negative 1.96. We have found that our z-score of 5 is indeed greater than 1.96, therefore we should reject the null. We can now move on to step 6, interpreting the results. The null stated that there was going to be no change from the sample mean and the population mean. Since we rejected it, the final results would be that the mean SAT score for UCSD students probably does differ from the national average of 500.